So the Braves yesterday made a big move as they went out and got themselves arguably the top one or two defensive catchers in all of baseball. So Sean Murphy comes over to the Braves from the Oakland A's. It was a 3-team trade. So the Braves gave up Kyle Muller, Manny Pena, Freddie Tarnock, and Royber Salinas. Those guys went to Oakland. And then Wild Bill, William Contreras, and Justin Yeager went to Milwaukee. And then Milwaukee and Oakland did a couple of things with them and this, that, and the other. So Sean Murphy, just to give you an idea, he won the Gold Glove in 2021 as a catcher for the Oakland A's. This past season, he was a finalist for the Gold Glove, so he was in the top 3, finished 4th in the Rookie of the Year voting in 2020 during the shortened pandemic season. This past year, besides being in the finals for the Gold Glove, he had 37 doubles, 18 homers, and 66 RBIs. Now, only hit 250, 332 on base, 759 OPS, finished 22nd in the MVP voting, scored 67 runs, but played 148 games, and I think 138 were at catcher. I think it was 10 games that he DH. So younger guy, when I say younger guy, he's not super young. He just turned 28 in October. Okay, won't be 29 until the season's almost completely over. And more importantly is they have 3 years of control for Sean Murphy. So the player itself is a very good acquisition. I think where people are concerned is, one is you gave up a volume of players to it, okay? But here's the thing, okay? This is what I always talk about. Take Contreras out of the mix for a second, okay? Set him aside because I want to talk about him separately. All of the other guys, look, Manny Pena's a 8th string catcher, okay? They brought him in last year to be Darno's backup, and he lasted about 3 weeks, and that was it. Muller, whatever. This guy, whatever. It's all prospects. I'm one of those people that believes that when you have a chance to acquire legitimate major league talent, you don't get frightened about moving prospects. I was never afraid to move Pache or Waters if it meant getting a Mookie Betts or somebody like that. Never be afraid to give those guys up, because the unknown of those guys is so drastic that when you have a known commodity, there's no prospect that you can guarantee will give you the same as what your known commodity is in Major League Baseball. If I've got a guy who's a home run hitting Gold Glove catcher, and there aren't many of those guys running around Major League Baseball, if I have one of those guys, then that's going to be better than any amount of prospects that I give up. So volume, who cares? I mean, with all due respect, like you got all these guys that you'll be lucky if you give up 5 prospects. You'll be lucky if one of those guys pans out for you. So I got no issue, problem with that. Now, the William Contreras part, boy, oh boy, I'm very torn on this. I understand what Murphy is, and I expect if he's hitting 16 or 18 homers in Oakland Alameda Coliseum, I expect that number to go up, kind of like what we thought with Matt Olson. But I do expect Murphy's numbers will go up some. I expect those numbers to jump up a little bit simply because he'll be playing in a much better park than what he is now. I mean, Oakland Coliseum is a dreadful park to hit in, but 37 doubles for a catcher, I mean, that's a ridiculously high number. You know, he had 23 the season before, 37 this past year. Let me tell you, he hits 37 doubles and 20 homers on this team with all of those guys running around the bases. He could drive in 100 runs for this team. Oh, yeah, crazy. He's not going to play. Let me tell you, if he could drive in 66 runs for the most despicable, disgraceful, scuzzbag, fleabag, low-life, dirtbag organization, baseball, who they've given up everybody now. They have wiped the slate clean because Murphy's got 3 years of arbitration control. It's not like he's going anywhere anytime soon. And guess what's gonna happen? Okay, get your watch on. Let's get it out with your watch. And I got my Austin 316 shirt on. Let's do the Austin thing. He's gonna get an extension here soon. Ain't going to be long. They're going to extend him because he's only 28 now, and he's not going to be 29 until October of next year. So you still got plenty of decent years out of him, even headed toward 30. And again, I've talked before about this is d'Arnaud's last year. I think they re-sign him and make him the backup moving forward. I'd love to have d'Arnaud as my backup catcher. So I like the player, but boy, I am a really big fan of William Contreras. And I just heard Alex Anthopoulos doing an interview, and he said that number one highest main priority for them when they're looking at a catcher is defense and calling games and things like that. All of the offensive production is secondary. I mean, look at a guy like Manny Pena. They were locked in, to use a pun, to get Manny Pena because he's such a good defensive catcher. They didn't give a crap about his offense. The offense from a catcher is a bonus for what Alex Anthopoulos is looking for. He wants a defensive-minded, he wants a top-flight defensive, calling a game catcher. And Murphy's a guy, I think he has the second fastest throw from home to second in Major League Baseball. I think only Real Muto is faster at throwing it to second base. But all that aside, he's an outstanding defensive catcher. That's what they want first and foremost. So while Contreras may potentially be long-term a really good run producer, and he's going to Milwaukee, you hate to see the Brewers get better, but he's going to Milwaukee. That's the only thing that I just, gosh darn, I hate to give up on Contreras because he is becoming a known commodity. He's a guy who under 24 years old is already a 20-homer hitter. So I could care less about the volume of players. That's what everybody's talking about. They gave up so many, but who cares? Who cares how many they could give up 1,000 prospects. It doesn't matter. Nobody cares about that stuff. Tell me what we're in World Series win now mode. We're not in let's develop our prospects and hope for the best. We are in give me quality major league talent. I got to go win the World Series, not in a 2-year period, not 3 years from now. I got to win it this next year. I'm looking at my calendar says it's 2022. So that if my math is right, we're going to head into the year of our Lord 2023 in about 18 days. Today's the 13th. No, 19 days. See, I can't even do the math on the date. So in 19 days, we'll be in the year of our Lord 2023. The expectation is to win the World Series in the year of our Lord 2023. Not 24, not 25, not 26. We're going to add those years on, but we're not building to wait. So give up 1,000 prospects. But boy, I like William Contreras a lot. I like Contreras. I like what he brings to this team. I like his attitude. Young guy who can play catcher. I understand they want defense and everything first. I understand Contreras has got some growing, but boy, I'd like to have him. The rest of those guys, Kyle Muller, all these other guys, see ya, bye, hasta lasagna, don't get any on ya. That's what we're telling everybody today. Get out of here. The prospects, give me a Gold Glove 20-homer catcher every day of the week. So I like the trade. I'm not anti the trade. Could care less about the volume of players. I just hated to give up Contreras just yet. I want to mention, too, besides making Hittin Hard your first listen every day, make sure Locked On Sports Today is your second listen. Biggest stories of the day, instant reactions, big game recaps, and the take of the day. Locked On Sports Today is available on Odyssey, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcast from. And want to talk about my friends over at Built Bar. Yes, look, it's holiday season, right? We're eating like crazy. We're going nuts. We're trying to at least salvage something with the weight and the health and everything like that. What do I need? I need low carb, low sugar. I need low calorie, but high protein. Need to keep my protein up, but I need everything else low. Built.com is the place to go. Check out their wide menu of different things available, all their different product lines. We've talked many times on the show about the protein-infused marshmallow puffs. So you're looking for something a little different taste and texture, but doesn't have all the calories and sugar and protein or carbs, I should say, and everything else, but high protein. The marshmallow puffs is the way to go. So head to Built.com today. Check out their wide menu of all of their different products that they have available. Get your order put together. They've always got the new flavor of the month coming out, so check out the new flavors. Try the new flavors. I actually just ate my last Built Bar over the weekend as a quick snack on Saturday morning doing my college football show. So I always carry one of those around with me. But when you head to Built.com and you get your order put together, when you get to checkout, use the coupon code LOCKEDON15, LOCKEDON, the number 1, the number 5. Use LOCKEDON15 and get 15% off your order simply by using the promo code LOCKEDON15. Again, LOCKEDON, the number 1, the number 5. Head to Built.com today. Check out their wide menu. Save yourself 15% off. I promise you, you're going to love the products, and it's going to give you everything you need. Head to Built.com today.